Last week we had over 10 inches of rain in 1 week. It was crazy. Roads were washing out, the creeks were all overflowing the banks, and my creek was up at least 4 to 5 times what it usually is. It's still up a bit. I thought I would take a little time to check out the ram pump after this flood. So first let's go down here to the pump itself and see how well it has fared. Looks like it just has some debris stuck along the pipe there, but everything seems to be all right. My prediction is that the intake just went dry and the bucket is dry. Let's pull the rock off here and see how the bucket is doing. So there's no water coming out of the intake pipe. Well, after all of that, you can see the sediment catchment is working well. There is probably 4 inches down here in the bucket. So let's see how much of that will drain out whenever I pull the plug here. Oh, it's just a sludge. If I had to do this again, I would make a bigger drain for my silt. Let's see what we get here. All right, let's go see what's happening up the creek here. The intake used to be in the creek a little bit further toward the right, but it looks like the water has pushed it this way some. So what I need to do to fill this back up is just move it over into that deeper spot and put some bigger rocks around it to kind of dam it up a little bit. So let me do that. Okay, that looks pretty good for the new intake. Pot all these rocks around here, backed up the creek just a bit, and now it should be getting plenty of water down here. Okay, the water source is back in the bucket. Seems to be working even better than before. See if I can get the last bit of that sediment cleaned out. The drive pipe is filling back up. This 90-degree really was a great idea. It's a spillway that pulls all the water back into the flume, and that way it doesn't overflow and go down here in the creek. Definitely a close, isn't it? Works well. It shouldn't take a whole lot to get this pump started again. Just gonna start holding this open so it can get some of that debris out. Let's see if there's any trapped air. Seems pretty good. Over the past 5 years, I have set up many ram pumps. I have, 60 videos on the channel of different ram pump setups. And the use of the screened intake to the bucket is by far my favorite. Seems to be the most consistent. The screened intake takes care of almost all of the big stuff, leaves and sticks. And the bucket holds all that sediment, but allows the ram pump to still function and have reasonably clean water. So the only thing that stopped the pump this time with the enormous flood we had was that the water shifted the screened intake out of the main body of the creek. So whenever the water started going back down, it was not getting the water it needed to run the pump. So a quick fix, just moving it back into the main body of the creek and up and running again. Now, there are a couple of leaks that I have found in my system for the water towers, the tanks. The water is about right there. I've used probably 15 to 20 gallons. So you're thinking probably from there to there is what I've used watering the garden the past couple of days. So if we're about here, you're still looking at, I don't know, what's that, 20, so 40 gallons or better that's still in the tanks. So even with a small leak, I have plenty of water right now, and the ram pump has been off for, I'm gonna say 3-4 days, easy. So anyway, lots of water already in the tank. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this little update video. There's not a whole lot else I want to say about it, besides that the system is running smoothly down to the garden. It's really nice. Just walk down there, turn on the hose, and you've got water straight from the creek. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, write those down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Really? Bless you. Bless you again.